2, 1. Welcome to Just Another Nerdy Podcast! I'm sorry, I'm blocking your shot. So today we are here discussing the lawsuit of Netflix's Sabrina versus the Church of Satan. Each of you have come to debate the topic of whether or not this lawsuit should stand. State your positions.
I think that they used
Louder, son!
I think they used the visage and copyrighted image of Baphomet in a way that is disparaging to the Church of Satan. Therefore, they should face legal repercussions for that.
Okay, so the first thing is Jesus. I probably shouldn't say Jesus right now, but jeez. Why? What? So Drake's trying to get his stories together here. So the first thing is, technically speaking, Baphomet. There is 2 iterations, or like drawn representations of Baphomet, and first off, there's 2 like churches of Satan. Which they kind of compete against each other. So
one of them is wildly more popular than the other.
Wild one is, yes. And so the one that I assume, Nate, is the Leviathan. Leviathan? Whatever. I don't read. I'm not a lawyer. Doesn't seem like a strong position. So legally, in the terms of legally speaking, the form of Baphomet that they used is not copyrighted, technically speaking.
In the world of technically.
In the world of technically. They're fighting, the lawsuit is fighting for copyright laws. All right. So, we will start with you, sir, since this is your argument.
All right.
You will have 3 minutes to state why you feel they have a legal stance to be able to sue Netflix over the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
It's really weird watching that mask move up and down with your face.
Right?
It's clearly...
I'm made to be unsettling! Enjoy it!
It's a children's Halloween mask.
It was $4. Alright, start now.
Alright, so basically, the Church of Satan was started in the mid-1960s by Anton Sandor LaVey, and it is called Satanism purely for the intent to piss off fundamentally religious people, mostly of Abrahamic or Judeo-Christian values. So in that, they use a depiction of Baphomet, the deity of balance. It is both a man and a woman, it is both light, it is dark, it is man, it is beast. That's kind of the whole thing. It's the duality of human nature, and the entire central core of Satanism is realizing that Satan, or the devil, or whatever you want to call it, is nothing more than man's innermost animalistic nature, and overcoming that. The way that Baphomet, whether or not it is the exact copyrighted material, was used in a slant of devil worship and witchcraft, which the Church of Satan has been fighting against that perception of them for over 40 years. It's slander. It's taking a recognizable symbol that they are associated with on a level to basically no one else, and saying this is related to this other thing that they are completely not. And that Anton Sandor LaVey, up until his death, made a very potent point to make sure people didn't think that they were devil-worshipping lunatics. Not to mention, there's another facet of Satanism, which is Luciferian Satanism, which is Judeo-Christian standpoint. They actually worship and, pray to the devil, as Christians see it. Anyway.
Is that the end of your statement?
That's it.
All right! I have to reset my clock because I set it for 3 hours and not 3 minutes.
I was gonna say, I've been watching that ticker and it don't make no sense.
Like, you've got a long ways to go, buddy. You didn't put a dent into your 3-hour timer at all.
In hell, we tell people that they have 3 minutes, and then we make them talk for 6 hours.
That's very rude.
That is hell. That would be hell.
It is horrible. No one likes that much public speaking! Except for, I don't know. Okay.
Theodore Roosevelt gave a 3-hour speech after he was shot in the chest, so...
And then we made him do it again. 6 hours! Alright. Sir, you have 3 minutes. Go.
Okay, so the problem here is that the branch of Satanism, there's obviously like the 2 branches. There's like your LaVeyan Satanism, which is unfortunately kind of the little brother. Has always tried to like make a name for itself outside of Luciferian Satanism, and they're actually known for. They have a lot of pending lawsuits going on right now. They sue everybody because they don't have any fucking money. But I mean that. So also on the note of legally speaking, so there's a rendering of Baphomet that the Luciferian Church of Satan uses, and this Levi fella took it and added tits. And you might be like, Drake, you're using hyperbole. He did more. He added boobs. It is the other one with boobs. And that is the one that Sabrina the Teenage Witch used. They used the one with boobs. So that's the group that's pissed. And it happens to be the group that sues all the time.
You would think if there's such a clear distinction, they would be able to pick the right fucking statue.
That might be. I need this card. Yeah, I threw it. I threw it to like prove a point. Maybe I'll just. You know what? I was going to have like a giant stack of cards and just constantly be thumbing through, but half of them were going to be blank.
Is that the end of your statement? Are you still?
I mean, I will say that they probably shouldn't have used that one statue, because the other one probably wouldn't have sued. But they don't legally own it, so they can't. They can't. Once they get copyright to it, we can talk. You know, like then sure, yeah, we legally speaking cannot use it, but until then, they don't actually have like a legal foothold. I don't think.
I would like to disagree with that.
They're gonna sue him for slander?
Yes. You will have your moment in your rebuttal.
Rebuttal.
In hell, it is everything that is mispronounced.
That's gonna irritate
he's trying to get the word brutal thrown in there. It's a
brutal.
It's a re-brutal.
It's a re-brutal. I can't say.
Wasn't even a word.
I can't say it on purpose.
A re-brutal.
A re-brutal.
A re-brutal. Fuck it! Are you... Your time's almost up. Do you have anything
Okay,
else
I
to
think
say?
that's going to do it for me on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Stop. Reset. Are you prepared for your rebuttal?
Yeah. So, like I said, I would like to disagree with you.
All right.
I would like to calmly disagree with you on that because... like I said earlier in my opening statement, it is an image that is associated heavily with the Church of Satan, and it is being presented in a way that is exactly not what they're about and what they fervently disagree with on a fundamental ethical level. That is slander. So they do have legal footing to sue because they are misrepresenting an icon of their belief.
Which is just I probably shouldn't interrupt, but I have...
Rebuttal!
Rebuttal?
Do not rebut the rebuttal in the rebuttal process! Rebut up!
Rebut out.
Do you have more to say?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. he knows when I'm done talking.
When you're ready.
Okay, so first off, I would say that the first church very much wants to not have the image of the church they broke away from. And sure, they have a hard time breaking they want to not be the Church of Satan, but they want to be called the Church of Satan. They need to look into rebranding and maybe not taking the other person's like picture, adding boobs, and they're like, this is a new one. We made this one. If anyone uses this one, we will sue. I mean, they could just like Sabrina the Teenage Witch could just, or not the Chilling Adventures of, but similar there too. Add tits and they're fine. Remove the tits and are they fine then? Is it cool then if they remove the boobs?
I personally wouldn't have any problems with it.
I mean, I think the people are still going to associate that figure with the non-Luciferian. Levian. I'm going to remember that word. I have Levi written down several times just because I didn't want to write the whole word. But if they're having such issues and need to be suing all the time, it seems like they could put their energy towards a different image.
Which I won't disagree with.
They're putting their money in the wrong place, would be my argument. And first off, I haven't said this yet. Sabrina the Teenage Witch is a fucking pop television show. It is pop, and it is meant for the masses. And they certainly were not going after a specific branch of the Church of Satan.
But wouldn't you think that as it is a pop television show, that association that some people would have, the he said, she said, this is what that's from, they look into it and they automatically think they're devil worshippers because the general fucking public doesn't read.
That's true, and I will make the point that it is getting fucking harder and harder to find a group of people that you can just, randomly villainize, other than Nazis.
I mean, you could fuck Nazis, first of all. Just hands down, flat out, Wolfenstein already did it. Fuck Nazis.
You can make fun of a Nazi, though, and even Nazis are like, well, they're not going to stand up and defend themselves.
There's no wrong way to beat a fascist.
I can't disagree with you.
Exactly. Thank you, Satan.
I think that rebuttal's over.
I think so. It's looking that way.
We've even gone into cross-examination territory there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to look at it from each other's sides there for a hot second.
We're pretty understanding and we like each other.
Yeah, you guys turned this whole torturous debate thing into fun. What the hell?
I was trying to throw some note cards for a while, but I only have one.
Being all friendly and shit with each other. That's not how debates work. You have to be all theatrical and big and
I could have worn just
dickish.
a suit from the top down.
Yeah.
Not all of us.
Don't interrupt me.
Not all of us went to theater school, Jay. It's about
you can tell which one went to theater school and which ones actually study things. You guys brought knowledge and facts, and I brought a fucking mask and a stick.
If I would have had a mask and a stick that I thought were applicable, I would have brought a mask and a stick.
What is Chris saying before we go further into this?
You can't take this seriously with Jay's outfit or the way he's talking. It went from the fiery hell to a circle jerk quick.
Oh
no, Chris. We're just trying to exchange ideas here, man.
They're just being friendly, I guess.
Jeez.
In hell.
I could have gotten, angry, thrown some cards.
I don't like to scream in people's faces most of the
time. That's bullshit! Here's why!
Unless it's a camera.
I was gonna say!
I don't get up in people's faces in my daily life and scream as loud as I can.
You're not supposed to get up in his face and scream, but you're supposed to
have a chest full of hate and a mouth full
of
yelling.
A chest full of hate and a mouth full of yelling.
Otherwise, is my coffee cup a line 8? Is my coffee cup... People come to my home and enjoy hot refreshment with your face on it.
Did you fucking buy that thing?
He's going to.
It will be at my home. And I will be serving liquid refreshment.
I kind of want the leggings, honestly. The leggings I should have worn for this is the leggings with Drizzt's face on it.
The beach towel is nice. I'm thinking about putting that on all of my face.
There's also a wall tapestry.
There is.
Okay. It's just the default options.
Yes. I really want... if I have a child, I will put it in your onesie.
Please don't.
Its face will haunt the parents.
Your kid will grow up and find like an old box of baby clothes and like, who's this lunatic on my onesie?
Why does it say?
Do you not know?
On my childhood onesie, why does it say I have a chest full of hate and a mouth full of yelling?
And it's spelled correctly, so I know you didn't make it. But I did! With further review from Drizzt himself. Alright, back onto the final statements.
Alright, final statements.
Up to 3 minutes each. Make your case or lose it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mason, yell at me.
Alright. So, I will concede you the point that they are not under any copyright infringement, though I will maintain the slanderous remarks and, representation of an icon that they are closely associated with. I think legal repercussions should continue and is almost necessary. Not completely necessary, but, representation is a big thing, especially when you're trying to, get your brand out there. Rebranding is a little hard when everyone thinks you like to worship the fucking devil.
Yeah.
So, the end. They suck.
3 minutes. Okay, so if you're going to invest, so this Levi fella, his form of Satanism,
Anton Sander LaVey.
Whatever. If he wants to like rebrand, going by the same name of the church that you left is not a great tactic to take.
He's very dead. He's been dead since October 29th, 1997.
Yes, but when Jesus started a new church, did he call his people the Jews? No, that one was taken.
The Jews too. Jews in the city.
Jews too. Return of the Jews.
You need to stop right now. And I do actually have to bounce. So, who won?
Oh. I did not know you had to leave. I apologize.
It's fine. We lost track of time.
Okay. The one thing I did not say before we started this debate, we're going to go by which law? You are guilty until proven innocent.
I'm getting thrown into a river, I think.
We're going to tie your hands and feet. And if you don't survive, you're human. And if you do, you're a witch.
So the problem being is there's no actual, outside of slander. So copyright infringement is out the window.
Yep.
Which was what I was first under the impression of.
That's what I was
argument being was copyright infringement.
They don't actually. That was one of the things that
there doesn't seem to be a copyright infringement there because you're talking about. Well, first of all, I don't think they have a copyright. I don't know if you can copyright. A few questions that I still have is, can a church even copyright a symbol? Can you copyright Jesus or the cross? You can probably copyright very specific transformations of that. So It is interesting, the idea that they threw tits on it, because that does make it
their own.
Slightly their own and copyrightable, but that has been thrown out the window. Now you have the issue of slander. 2 points. One, they never go to the point of actually saying, we are this specific branch of the Church of Satan. And there being 2 branches, it does become an interesting factor of there being at least, or now 3 branches. Also, they branded themselves after Satan and saying, don't call me a Satan worshiper, even though we're called the Church of Satan. That's just a side note on my end. That's not a legal thing.
That's actually really interesting footnote on why it's called the Church of Satan. Back in the early to mid 60s, churches were starting to get real fundamental, because free love and all that jazz. People were starting to, understand and trust each other. So naturally, religious fundamentalism was going to kick up again, and they wanted to start going to churches and talking to children about Jesus. And Anton was like, if you can do that, I'm going to come to schools after you do, and I'm going to talk to them about Satan.
I mean, it's kind of the same idea of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Exactly. It's the same concept. It's keeping the idea of separation of church and state in check with a violent backhand.
However, I don't feel that we addressed the topic of slander enough. We did focus a little too much on the topic of copyright infringement and the reason why they have tits.
Also, just for the record, not good tits. Glossy tits.
Slander's not quite... slander because we're going by witch law, though, we haven't proven itself innocent well enough at this point. So I dual rule on the side of the Church of Satan.
For the record, that was the good guys. That was the good guys.
The Church of Satan were the good guys in this story.
Okay.
So I
just have one last thing I want to do real quick. I want to look up this picture.
Oh,
now that the debate is settled, because I put it on our Jamp page, the actual picture of the thing.
Baphomet.
The Baphomet. I do not remember seeing tits on this thing. So
I tell you what.
The news article used the wrong fucking picture.
No, this is what I'm talking about. This is the actual picture of the Baphomet from the scene to which they used. There are no tits.
They're titless, in fact.
So I think that would have been...
That's the thing about the tits is that they're more like pronounced pecs than they are tits.
Mm-hmm. It's the creature is supposed to be androgynous. It's man and woman. It is light and dark. It is man and beast. It is balance itself.
So are you saying that the other Baphomet
is flatter chested than that?
Is flatter chested than that?
It's flatter chested,
and that their trademark
has more
is hinged on it having pecs
and has
I believe so.
It has more like hair going. It like the depiction of Baphomet I was shown when I was a wee boy in my church. It was Baphomet sitting cross-legged with each arm out this way, horns on the head, and just like solid goat head with hair going down the shoulders and into like the V section of the chest. And at that point, it was like a point of departure where you could or could not construe the pecs as either very small breasts or very pronounced pectorals moving into a satyr-like lower body.
So I think the thing that would have maybe have won this is the idea of the argument, because my personal belief is that there's not enough there in the sense that this is a transformable figure, and it's already transformed from one sect of church to the other.
Yeah.
That's my own personal opinion when it comes to pure legal rights. Outside of that, I mean, I get what they're saying.
Total dick move.
I get what they're saying. I don't think Netflix's Church of Sabrina, or Netflix Sabrina, I don't think they fucking thought about it, honestly.
It honestly probably did not.
I hope that the next season might address that issue and maybe make amends. And I think my own personal opinion, whenever it comes to lawsuits, I think that should be the goal. I don't think money or damages should be the issue.
I agree.
I think they should be suing for change.
Yeah. Fix it.
And maybe if they do that, it'll be a good thing. But that's just my note on the whole thing. Because I've been thinking about this all week myself, and I'm like, I wonder. I'm very interested. But yeah, okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to see you guys next time. Remember, so we're going to be back on Wednesday. On Thursday, we are going to get together, and we are going to, Thursday night, I'm going to be doing my Taz Hole interview.
You're a Taz Hole.
No, so this Thursday, I'm doing my Taz Hole interview. The next Thursday, we're going to do an interview with Tweety Expert, and we'll be announcing the next interview after that. I have several interviews lined up, so we're good. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Again, follow us on our social media. Our Twitter's blowing up. Facebook is actually very active. We do a ton of shit on Facebook. And then, if you just feel like listening to this later on, feel free to download it, put a little nerdy in your pocket. iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all that shit. And then you can also, watch us live every Wednesday on twitch.tv/justanothernerdypodcast. And you can just watch the rest of it later on YouTube if you're not able to catch the whole damn thing. So, thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.